Hey bro, today we're going to talk about the pressure of not knowing what to do with your life. Now, I'm going to try to tell you every single thing I know in the most concise and just step by step practical thing that I can teach you because I was just doing this practice a little bit ago and it wasn't exactly not knowing what to do in my life, it was kind of a follow up journaling to like the initial time when I had this problem. So I'm going to try to teach you everything I know about this and I know it's helped me a lot. And it's a very, very sensitive topic for many people, right? Many people get so stressed about this, don't know what to do with their life. It can cause, a lot of anxiety, even like a depressive rut. So I'm just gonna try to give you the simplest, small steps that you can implement today with the least barrier that I could possibly give it to you. Because I know if I make everything way too difficult, I'll tell you, yeah, go speak to a therapist, go speak to a coach, dear millionaires that you want to be like. No one's gonna do that. Your brain doesn't want to do that. So I'm gonna try to give you the steps that you can realistically do now. So firstly, we're starting with a nice one. What are you doing well? So when I initially had this problem, it was actually over a year ago when I was at a massive crossroads in my life and I didn't know what to do. Where I could either go down and continue doing my A levels and finish them that year, and also do Open University on the side to avoid army, delay my conscription, or I could quit A levels, do university part time, and then go work full time. But I didn't want to work in a building site full time after having gone from, you're at school, you're chilling with your friends, now working on a building site. And my family were telling me to stay in school, my friends were telling me to leave, so I had no idea what to do. So I sat, and the first thing I did was, okay, what am I doing well? So I thought, okay, I'm going to the gym consistently, I'm working out well, I have a girlfriend, I have my friends, that's nice, and I have like a nice little social life there. Feel quite safe in that. I'm trying more mental health practices, I'm working on that. I started like becoming more religious and reading my Bible daily and stuff like that. And it was just a few things. This is gonna take you 2 minutes. You're not gonna sit there and think, yeah, and I drink 2.5 liters. No, you're just gonna write the big things in your life that you feel proud of yourself for, that you know you should keep doing. So for me, then it was like, okay, my social life is something that's very important to me and something I'm very happy about. My fitness and health is something that I was leveling up consistently, and I had just done a little bit of investing, which is very small, but I was really proud of that. So this is completely centered to you. It's not for anyone else to tell you. It's not for your parents to tell you what you have to be proud of yourself for, you're doing well or not. This is for you. You can be getting excellent grades and not care about it. Or you could be doing, you could have one friend, and for you, that one connection with a friend is so important that it's like that social life is the peak for you of your life. It's completely subjective, and it's a very nice step to start with. Then, right after this, okay, what could you improve? Because as soon as you realize what you have, you can just kind of spot the gaps between, okay, have this, but I don't really have a lot of money. That's why I wanted to leave and go to the job. Okay, that's the problem. Okay, I could improve. I can maybe get a job or something. I don't. It's not exactly figuring out the no final solution. It's more kind of spotting a few problems. It may be you're spending way too much time on your phone or something like that. This isn't to judge yourself. This is just literally spotting. Okay, could I maybe drop that from 8 hours to 7 hours and 30 minutes? Sure, maybe in a week or two I'll achieve that. It's completely subjective to you and for no one to judge you on. I'm not trying to put any pressure on you here. I'm literally trying to show you that there's the good things you're doing and things that you could improve on. And as soon as you have both lists, you can kind of start making a plan from this, which is what we're going to work on next. List down what you could do. So if, you know, firstly, we're going to go on the list of, okay, this is what I'm doing really well. How can I exacerbate that and make that even better? So that can be, okay, I'm working out for maybe 45 minutes a day. Okay, could I add 5-10 minutes stretching at the end of it and maybe do one or two like rounds of boxing on the heavy bag? Sure, yeah, that could really improve my physique, could really improve my fitness, and then that area of my life which is going well could get even better. Could I, some days, once a week, drive down and see my friends for 2 hours, and the way back, go say hi to my girl for 20 minutes? Yeah, that would be a fantastic thing in my week. I would love to do that. And you see, you can instantly spot these things of what's going right. Now, you may be thinking, well, how is this helping me with the pressure of what to do in my life? Well, if I can make you have a strong base in what you're currently doing, then the next step of, okay, literally, what do I do, is going to be something very important. Because if you have the things that you're doing good in and you're going to continue to do good and improve them, and the list of the things, okay, I'm not doing so good in this, what can I improve? That's how we make a plan. The reason why this is such a difficult task for you and for me and for everyone else, because we try to tackle it head on. We try to sit there and think, okay, yeah, I'm a journal. Okay, what am I? What do I want to do in 20 years' time? You don't even know what you want to do tomorrow. And that's fine. You're a human, right? You're watching this video from someone who suffered this, and I'm going to try to help you as best as I can. We, right now, in the state you're in, and the state I'm in, and the state I was in before, made some progress between those two parts. Writing something down like, oh, what do I want to do in 20 years? Okay, how am I going to achieve that? Firstly, if you actually sit down and do that task, which you probably want, the response is going to be so fickle because the plan is, yeah, in 20 years I'll do this and I'll have this company and I'll be making millions. But what are you going to do now to change that? Do you see the massive disconnect? That's why we're firstly taking it between the now and then making the plan for later. What else can you do to improve now? So, what can you improve from this? So, like your need to improve section now. Okay, I can maybe reduce my screen time. I can maybe get a part-time job. No, work 1 or 2 shifts a week. I could maybe speak to my family member who has a business. Maybe I can do some work for them because that's easier to get hired. I'm really not liking how much I have to commute every day with a bus. That wastes a lot of my time. Okay, what if I try book a driving test in 6 months' time and I start preparing towards that, and that's going to be a nice goal to have. What if I can start doing some online courses? What if, okay, you decide, I really want to be a software engineer, but I don't know how to do that. Okay, maybe you look and you find a 2-month course that's 6 hours a week on software engineering, and you take it at the pace that you can do it best. And now we're going to have a list of what are you doing right? What are you doing wrong? What can you improve on? Both right and bad, right? If there's things that you're doing really well on, you can improve those even more and get even better results. If there's things that you're not doing well on, you need to improve those and get another beautiful set of results. Now, journal these options. Now that you actually have a step-by-step plan, and you can kind of, see where you want to get to in life from this. Because everyone knows deep down what they kind of want to do. Everyone wants to be successful. Everyone wants to have a fantastic physique. Everyone wants to be happy, have fantastic relationships. So all I'd say is this is the easiest step, the more difficult step, and this is what to remember. So if you want to just ChatGPT this, you can literally spit everything down I just told you into this. This is actually what I did. I literally spit down everything I was doing right, the things I was doing wrong, some ideas of what I can improve, and it kind of started telling me a plan. And I told it, yeah, maybe I want to do this in the future and I don't know what to do. I'm stuck at this crossroads, and it's telling me, okay, well, you're doing this good, you're doing this good. But I specifically remember telling it, if I do go work full time, I won't have any time. Like, I'll stop seeing my friends from school. I'll barely see my girlfriend. I'll have a lot more stress from that, and all these things. And it told me, okay, now you can kind of analyze and dictate where you want to take your life down. And I decided that's not what I want to do. So instead, I got a different job, and that job allowed me to do those things. And you see, overall, I kind of had this holistic approach to this that allowed me to take the best path. So if you just want to start with this right now, just do literally this journaling in ChatGPT, and it's just going to start waffling the exact ideas you fed it back to you, just maybe from a little bit of a different perspective, and that can be really helpful, that I found. If you want to take it a step further, just open a Notion page, set literally a 5-minute timer, and just write for 5 minutes. Because the reason I'm saying make a 5-minute timer, this is the most important of just start. The majority of people, and a lot of my friends, are stuck in this position of not knowing what to do in their life because you're just not gonna sit there for 5 minutes and think about it. Because you think, oh, what's 5 minutes gonna do? Yeah, I'll sit and I'll do a 2-hour deep journaling session. No, you won't. Respectfully, because I know I wouldn't. That's way too much of a big task that your brain doesn't want to do. So all I'm going to say is, as soon as you start, you set a 5-minute timer and you just journal either in ChatGPT or on Notion if you want to do, your private journaling. Then you can continue that. As soon as you've done 5 minutes, you'll want to do 10. But if in your mind the whole task is going to take 2 hours, you're never going to start. So that's my final recommendation. Do either of these journalings here in ChatGPT, or do them in Notion and then do your final step of actually journaling it. Okay, I'm doing these things good in life, I'm doing these things bad, and I can improve them this way, and I want to get here. Okay, well, if I want to become a boxer, for example, my physical fitness is really important, but the fact that I'm making no money is not good because I can't pay for private classes, which are going to be really helpful. Okay, could I maybe get a part time job, work once or twice a week, and then pay for those private? Do you see the connection between the current and the future, that you can connect the two dots and work towards that? So that's what I'm going to leave you with. Especially focus on this final step of just start. Literally 5 minute timer and just do the journaling. And I promise you it's going to change your life, and I hope it's going to change your life even more than it did with me. Thank you, man.